Welcome to This Day. It is Monday and it's December 19th. Meetings today, 9:30 this morning, and that will be the third Architectural Controls and Standards Committee that will be in the boardroom. On our show today, we have Lenny Ross, who is the president of the United Board, and he is going to have a United update from the meeting that they had last week. And then Eileen Ordway is here on behalf of the Laguna Woods Library. Always has great information on how you can check out books and utilize all the resources that they have at the library. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at our weather. Well, we are still looking at beautiful skies. It looks very nice today. Partly cloudy skies, maybe towards later in the day. 64-47, 64-45, 68-50, 70-52, and getting warmer. 72-55, getting ready for the holiday weekend. Our sunrise this morning was at 6:50, and our sunset will be at 4:46. Now, just a reminder and something to let you know about that the Department of Recreation and Special Events is pleased to announce that beginning today, Monday, December 19th, staff will take reservations for clubhouses 2 and 7 for events that are starting in January 2023. If you have any questions, please contact Recreation at 949-597-4273. And all this week, I'm going to do some holiday tidbits. So today, we're going to talk about Hanukkah and the menorah. The first night, which was yesterday, they say a prayer in honoring the first night, where in the beginning, God said, "Let there be light." And that is the lighting of the first night, which would show on your menorah, which would be the lighting of that candle. Now, we do have a menorah here in our audience, and there we go. Now, this particular menorah does not allow me to unlight the middle one, but if you look, there's 4 and 4, so 8 days. And the second night is at creation, God made the 2 lights, the sun and the moon. So happy Hanukkah to everybody who is celebrating Hanukkah this week. All right, when we come back, we will have Lenny Ross, so stick around.
Captain America.
Watch HGTV.
Netflix.
Did you hear the big news? The FDA announced the over-the-counter hearing aid program. It's been 6 years in the making. And what does that mean to you if you wear hearing aids or if you're thinking about wearing hearing aids for the first time? Most people are asking themselves, what is an over-the-counter hearing aid? Would it work for me? Where do I get them to try? How much do they cost? For over 40 years, Advanced Ear Care has been helping answer questions just like this. Call us today and find out more. And remember, tell them Stuart sent you.
Welcome back. Well, we have Lenny Ross here, who is the president of the United Board. Well, welcome. Very nice to see you.
It's nice to see you again, too.
Well, thank you for coming in and giving us an update again, as usual. So I'm just going to have you jump right in and tell us what happened.
Okay, we had our board meeting last Tuesday, December 13th. And by the way, our next board meeting is Tuesday, January 10th.
Okay.
And one of the things we did was we announced the successful results of an ad hoc investment committee, thanks to one of our directors, Ascari, for organizing it. And the residents, we invited resident professionals, outside professionals, and resident professionals with investment experience to give us advice on what they think would be the best way for United Board to invest our money.
Yes.
And it's very important. We came up with, actually the United Board voted to start a 2-year recovery plan, recapturing $1.5 million based on high yield 4.5% US-backed treasury bills.
Yeah.
And we sold bond funds, we purchased US-backed treasury bills, and we discontinued using our financial advisor, Sageview. So we did several things in that resolution.
Okay.
And so that was very important that we made that change happen.
Well, and it's also a change you can make right now because the treasury bills are so high. Because,
Right.
I mean, who knows? Last year they weren't that high, and so now that was great taking advantage of that.
Yeah,
So-
and by civil code, we have to think our number one priority is safety.
Okay.
And by civil code, it says that you should have US-backed investments.
Right.
And that's why we made the change
Perfect.
to US-backed treasury bills.
Great.
And then the other thing was that we announced several new resolutions after the 28-day notice was given, and these were passed by our board. One was a land use policy restricting land use to the building footprint. And there's some small exceptions to that, but basically it's a reminder that that basically land use is restricted to the footprint of the property.
Is that interior or exterior,
That's
or the
the-
land around it?
That's the footprint of the walls of your property.
Oh, I see.
And that goes to the extent of your property. The common area outside of that belongs to everybody.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So
Yeah.
this is strictly within the walls of your unit.
That's right.
Got it. Okay.
That's right. And then the second one is the criminal background check, which is very important to basically spell out that there are certain people with felonies or with past backgrounds with criminal history that we want to make sure that they're not allowed into Laguna Woods to buy our properties.
Oh.
And so we set a new criminal background check to keep our community safe, basically.
Oh, I see.
Or safer. And so we're hoping that that will help us make sure that we continue. We're a safe community now.
Yeah.
We want to remain that way.
So that's an interesting thing. Yeah, I was just going to ask you if you had experience of somebody moving in that had something like that. So when does that criminal background check go into play? Is that something that the real estate agent does, or how does that work? Or something?
Oh, well, that's already, the resolution passed.
Okay.
And so that will be a requirement every time we review a package
Oh,
to
I
make
see.
sure that there's a criminal background check
Okay.
done on the new applicant.
Oh, interesting.
And that will be presented to the board. The results will be, and if they're approved, that's one of the criteria that we're going to be looking at.
I see. Very interesting. Okay.
And then the last thing is an anti-harassment policy for GRF and United. We approved that, and
Yes.
that will help because we want to protect our employees from anti-harassment. We don't want to have a hostile work environment.
Right.
So I think that was very helpful that that was passed.
Okay. Excellent.
And that was it for the meeting, but however, we did have a town hall meeting on December 9th, and our next town hall is Friday, January 13th.
Okay.
We had an open discussion about any subjects. Members shared their opinions, complaints, suggestions regarding VMS employee service, long wait time for appliances,
Now, does that mean that they aren't getting their appliances on time?
No, no.
Well, you know
they're
what?
not.
I actually had heard that it's not just here, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
People are having trouble getting stoves and things because they're coming from
Refrigerators.
out of the area.
That a lot of times there's delays coming from Asia or wherever they're coming from.
Exactly.
But there's continuing problems,
Of
and
course.
I think VMS is trying to get their handle on it, trying to improve it.
Absolutely.
But it's a continuing challenge.
Sure.
High HOA expenses is a continuing complaint. Landscaping and board issues. So our board will provide responses within the next few weeks to those specific complaints, so we can follow up with them on those. But we welcome everyone to come to our meetings. Our board meetings are the second Tuesday of each month, and our town hall is the second Friday of each month.
So that's going to be continuing now. You're
That's
gonna,
a continuing.
it's a great way because many people, I don't know, they were not watching their TVs or they're not reading the governance things, and so for them to physically be able to go and express their opinion is probably a great way to go.
It's good. It's good. We like to set up certain subjects at the town hall. Next town hall will be on insurance and renters insurance. As far as what kind of contents you want to be and liability you want to insure, just in case there's a problem, someone trips and falls inside your property, or someone steals some valuables from you, or damage to the valuables, contents, etc. So we're going to have a discussion about that type of insurance at the next town hall meeting.
So tell me a little bit about how the town hall is set up. So is it in the boardroom?
It's in the Clubhouse 3.
Oh, okay. So it's
in
like,
the-
do you actually all sit in a circle and let everybody come in and sit with you?
Well, it's actually people sit in the audience.
Okay.
And there's 4 directors that
All
sit
right.
in front.
Okay.
And we and typically, if we have open meetings, we just open it up to everybody, or we have a special subject.
Sure.
We have someone do a short presentation, questions and answers.
Okay, so since this next one was going to be about insurance, you would have somebody come in and talk about
That's
the
right.
insurance. I mean, there's been so much discussion about insurance. Everything's gone up.
I know,
mean, it's
I know.
unfortunate, especially when you guys are trying to get insurance for
I know.
the whole area. It really
Especially property insurance.
really
For
difficult.
fire, because of all the fires.
Exactly. Oh, they've rezoned. It's like, oh no, now you're in a fire zone and you're in a fire zone, and they just did it, with whoever it is.
Yeah,
So, yeah,
and
tough
we're
stuff.
now actually researching to try to come up with a joint insurance policy between United and Third to try to save us money. So we're looking into that and other things to try to save us money, because insurance keeps going up and up and up.
Yeah, well, that's an ongoing process, I think.
Yeah, it is.
Excellent. Well, I appreciate all the information. This was wonderful, and I had to mention something that you did in the meeting last time, is that you stood up and you congratulated a lot of different areas, and I think that was very well received.
Well, I wanted to, being that we're coming to a year end, I want to wish everyone out there a very, very happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. And at the board meeting, I decided to thank groups of people. And so I stood up and I thanked our directors, because the directors work for nothing. They don't get paid a salary, and they're volunteer positions. And they work long hours, so I wanted to thank our directors. I also wanted to thank the VMS employees for supporting us with our mission to help our members, and thank our members as well. So that's the reason I decided to do that, and I think it was a good idea and well-timed, and it will help.
Good. Well, let's hope next year is going to be a great year for everyone, and I wish you a happy holiday and happy New Year.
And same to you. Thank you. Thank you very
for
much.
coming in.
Thank you.
If you want more information about anything that we have discussed, you can always send an email to generalmanager@vmsinc.org, and it will go directly to who it has to. Or you can always go on to lagunawoodsvillage.com and look under governance boards. We'll be right back. welcome back. We have Eileen Ordway here on behalf of the Laguna Woods Village Library. Well, thanks for coming in. I appreciate it.
Always happy to come and talk about the library.
And you know, we were just talking offline about some technology that you guys are looking into, which I think is great. We don't need to go into it now because you're not sure.
Next year.
But nonetheless, nonetheless, it's technology on the horizon,
yes,
which is great. You guys try to keep up with the latest and greatest, and then of course you coordinate, with other libraries to get stuff, and I think that's great. So let's talk about some of the things that are happening right now.
Well, we don't have a lot of new things happening because the holidays are coming up. So what I really wanted to let people know was that our catalog system, the application that we pay for the library. It's an internet-based from a company that helps a lot of little libraries like ours. And it really has a lot of great features that I don't know that our people know enough to take advantage of. So every once in a while, I just like to say, hey, here's what you can do on here. Because we have a nice sized catalog. We have 30,000 items that we have entered the information on, and we've actually put in a lot of extra time to build in information that will help people search for things that they might like.
Right. Now, is this something that they come into your location, into the library, and search there? This isn't something they do off-site, is
They
it?
can also do it from home. Because it's internet-based, you can just log in from home.
Okay.
We actually, there's a link from the LagunaWoodsVillage.com website.
Okay.
In two places you can get to it from the amenities, and also we are under the club list. So if you look for a library under the club list, there's a link to our club webpage, which then has a link to go to this catalog.
Okay, well that's good. I mean,
Yes.
obviously you have to have various places or else
Yes.
they would never get there, because I know that the link's probably very long.
Yes, it
and
is.
you cannot repeat it here. So you've got to go,
bookmarking it.
Yeah, you got to go that way. So that's good. So let's talk about what are some of the things you can do. Now when you say without logging in, what does that mean?
Well, when someone comes and wants to be a member of our library, they come into the library, bring their Laguna Woods ID card. We add them to the catalog system, and so we have enough information about them, their address, phone number, email address, that then when they check out a book, we know who it is, and we can follow up to make sure the thing comes back.
Yes.
So, and they have to be a resident of the village to use our library, to take out a cataloged item. But once they're in our system, then they can, from home, they can log in just with their Laguna Woods ID and their phone number.
Okay.
Not everyone we don't have access to every person in the village, so you have to actually come in and say, I'm interested in being a member of the library.
Okay. However, they could still go. Can they still become a member through those links that you mentioned?
No, we actually have to see their ID card.
Okay.
So even Orange County, I think you have to show that your license to show that you're a resident of Orange County. So it's similar.
That's true. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Good. So,
but there are features that they can do, things they can do without actually logging in.
right. So, these are some of the
yes.
things here. So you can
Yes.
pretty much see a list of a variety of different things.
Right. So if just from our homepage on our catalog, you just scroll down a little bit, and we have a list of links that you can go and get further information. One of them is most popular, and that is most popular with the residents of Laguna Woods right now.
Okay.
So right now, the #1 most popular book in our village is The 620 Man by David Baldacci. So that comes up top.
Okay.
And you'd be able to select it, and then most likely you'd have to reserve it because it is popular.
Yeah.
But
Is that
you
a
can,
fairly new book then?
yes,
Okay.
yes. You could go down the list and find others that are popular with people here in the village, so in our bubble, and and if you're looking for something different to read.
Okay. And then you have new items, of course. How often do you get new items?
Every single week, we have the vendor we use to order books sends us like a 10, 12-page document that lists everything that's going to be published in the next 2 months.
Oh, I see.
So we're like 2 months ahead, we're ordering books, and then as they're released, we get a box full of the ones we selected.
Okay.
So we know what to select based on the history of the people who use the library now. And we also have a little committee that they go through the list, and so they select things that they think people would like, and the most popular ones we select. So we get like 45 new books every single month.
Wow, that's
it's
a lot.
good.
That's
It's
a
good.
lot. And oftentimes you get multiple copies of one book, right?
We do. Well, most likely we'll try and get a large print copy and the regular print, but other people, they can't wait. They go out and buy them. Maybe they go, Target or Costco, and they'll read it and then they'll give it to us.
Oh, good.
So it's a donated copy, and if there's people waiting, we add it to the catalog.
Oh, that's good.
Like the Crawdads, where the
yeah.
and the
Where the
new
Crawdads
movie.
sing
We
from the movie, yeah.
had 6 copies of it, and they were constantly out. So yeah, it's great when people will donate brand new books. It
Now,
helps a lot.
did you find with that particular book, did people see the movie first, or did they read the book first?
No, it was when it first came out, it became hugely popular.
It did.
It was on that most popular list. It was #1 for a year and a half.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So and now there's a resurgence because of the movie.
Oh,
so.
it was a great book and a great movie. I have to
Yeah.
attest to that because it was really good. I love the story. All right, good. So let's move on. So once you go, after you log in, what are some things you can do?
You can, if you pull up like this display shows, you have to click on the name of the title and open it up to show more information.
Okay.
You can reserve it. You can bookmark it. This was something that I had not taken advantage of very often. But like, we only let people reserve 3 books at a time, because if they all came in, most people can't read that fast. So if you see a book that you think, oh, I'd really like to read this, but I have 3 things on reserve, I can't reserve it. If you bookmark it, you won't forget. So we have then a place where you can say, where are my bookmarked items? So somebody came in, I was in the library yesterday, and one of my friends there, our volunteers, she said, oh, I just finished this book, and I think you'd really like it because, we read this other series that was similar. And I have a couple books lined up that I need to read, so I bookmarked it. And now I won't forget the title, I won't forget the author, and it'll be there waiting for me.
It's like when you see something online and you're buying it, and you're like, oh, I need to save it.
Yes.
Right. So you save it so you don't forget about it.
Yes, it's like having your
Same kind of
cart
thing.
saved in your cart.
Saving it in your cart.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Oh, and I like the fact that you can write a review too.
Yes,
Okay.
it's real. And we have about over 90 books that people have reviewed. Just a little comment. Oh, I really like this.
Wonderful.
Oh, this was horrible. So yeah, it's a lot of fun.
What a nice, you've really got a nice operation over there. That's great. Now, after logging in from my account, what are some of these things?
You can change your contact information.
Okay.
So if your email changes, your phone number changes, you can enter that in yourself. And then notifications, you can be for reserves, when your reserve is ready to pick up, when your book is coming due, if it's overdue, you can either be notified by email or text. If it's a cell phone, you can be text. It shows the items out and whether or not you can renew them, and you can renew them right online from home. If you have reserves, it'll show where you are in the line. So if there's 10 people have reserved it, you might be number 2.
Okay.
And it'll show you that. But also there, you can select to receive new items. So you can say, here's my favorite authors, and when they have a new book, we'll automatically put you on the reserve list.
That's wonderful.
Or you can say, we don't have this book at our library, can you purchase it? So that's they can enter that there. Then there's the bookmarks, and then also you can see all the things you checked out in the last 2 years.
How many times have you said, I think I read that
Yes.
book? And then you can go there and
Yes.
see, because I'm sure, because then you start reading. It's like seeing a movie. I thought I saw that movie
Yes.
already, and then you start playing it. Oh, yeah, I
Right.
did. So you don't want to redo your book.
Yeah, even in this system that we have, if you bring something to the checkout, it'll come up and say, oh, you took this out in 2011. And you can decide whether or not you want to still take it out.
Oh, I love it. Well, thank you for all this great information. Keep up the good work.
Thank
I mean,
you.
you really do have a nice operation. One last thing I did want to ask. Now, you are operating on volunteers. Are you
Yes.
still in need of some volunteers?
Right now, no.
You guys are good. Okay.
Yes. We're the number of people who actually come in has dropped since COVID.
Okay.
I think a lot of people got into ebooks and Audible with the during the pandemic. So we don't need as
So
many
you're
at the
good.
front
Okay.
desk. Yeah.
Perfect. Just want to make sure I asked.
Yeah.
Thank you again.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. If you want more information about all the stuff that the library has, you can always call them at 949-597-4274, or you can go to the LagunaWoodsVillage.com website and go under amenities or clubs. We'll be right back. The movie for today is a very fun Christmas movie with lots of singing. You're going to enjoy it. It's called The Polar Express. You can watch that today at 2 p.m. with subtitles and 6 p.m. without subtitles, brought to you by Harvard Eye Associates. And also just to let you know that there are 2 choices for New Year's Eve here in the Village. You can choose between one, which is when you can celebrate with performances, and there's going to be music and dancing, 5 incredible acts on one festive night. They have Temptation Review, Pete Barbuti, Les Arnold and Dazzle, Paul Boland, and Swing Kittens. If you want information about this, you can always get in touch with Recreation at vmsinc.org. And then the other choice is a traditional celebration with champagne and all sorts of fun. You can call Recreation and get more information about that as well. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at our weather. We are looking at nice skies with partly cloudy skies here and there. Nothing really to worry about, just some high clouds. But today we're looking at 64-47, 64-45, 68-50, 70-52, and 72-55. Have a great day in the Village. We'll see you again tomorrow right here on Village Television at 9 a.m. Bye-bye.
At Genesis of Laguna Niguel, we care about every customer and treat you like family. So think of us kind of like a good grandson. We take our time to go over all your new Genesis's technology features, step by step, all in the comfort of our showroom while enjoying complimentary refreshments. Or if you prefer, we can deliver your new Hyundai and cover everything in person. It's that easy. For a simply better buying and ownership experience, visit Genesis of Laguna Niguel.
I'm an entrepreneur and have been struggling with staying focused on tasks. I needed something to help me with focus and memory and have found the holy grail of multivitamins. MindSense One has removed my brain fog and now I have better clarity and can focus on tasks and remember names and places much better. MindSense One helps support the 8 indicators of brain health.
Purchase at mindsense.info or available at these fine retailers.